all the way to Benque Viejo. And if you don't have cable, we are viewed here locally through an on-air channel, Channel 10, and is viewed in Orange Walk Tongue and its surrounding areas with a radius of approximately 20 miles on all sides, which permits us to be seen by most of the communities here in the Orange Walk. It's a pleasure to say good morning. A rather rainy day here in Orange Walk. I gather that it's going to be clearing up today, but then again, who knows? Let's begin our program, as always, with a prayer. Padre, te doy las gracias por todas tus bendiciones. Hoy me das la vida, las fuerzas, la salud y las fuerzas para venir a chambear. Gracias, Padre, por todo lo que haces por mí y por todos nosotros que se unen a esta oración. Por mis familiares, mis compañeros de trabajo, por mis amistades, mis enemigos, a todos los conocidos, Padre. Muchas gracias por todo lo que haces por nosotros. Tú, en tu eterno amor que tienes para nosotros, nos das lo que necesitamos. Y muchas veces nosotros no estamos de acuerdo con lo que haces, pero ¿quiénes somos nosotros para decir por lo contrario? Nosotros simplemente muchas veces queremos y no nos damos cuenta de que muchas veces eso nos podría causar daño. Tú nos das lo que necesitamos, Padre. Y muchas veces si necesitamos una lección, eso justamente nos das. Siquiera eso es mi fe. Padre, te doy las gracias por todo. Te pido que continúes bendiciendo. Te pido, Padre, que ayudes y que sanes a los enfermos, que nos acompañes durante el curso del día de hoy para que tengamos un bonito día y que sepamos mantenernos en el sendero correcto. Padre, te bendecimos, te adoramos, te glorificamos siempre. Amén. Good morning. If you've just joined us, it's exactly 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the general weather forecast for today, July 7th. And the general situation says, and it's a rather optimistic statement, it says drier and more stable conditions are setting in. We welcome that. The 24-hour forecast, cloudy spells with generally isolated showers or thunderstorms, except for slightly more over the south tonight. The winds blowing from the east at 10 to 20 knots, the sea state moderate. Remind you that there is still a flood alert that remains in place for residents living near rivers and streams and low-lying areas. The temperatures along the coast, a high of 86 and a low of 81. Inland, a high of 91 and a low of 74. And in the hills, a high of 75 and a low of 68 degrees. The outlook for tomorrow, Saturday and Saturday night, is for only isolated showers or thunderstorms. There is a high tide occurring this morning at 27 minutes after 8, a low tide this afternoon at 3:47, another high tide today at 10 o'clock tonight, and another low tide at 1 minute before 3 tomorrow morning. The sun sets today at 6:32, and the sun rises tomorrow morning at 24 minutes after 5. The moon rises today at 26 minutes after 5, and the moon sets, excuse me, tomorrow morning at 3 minutes before 5 tomorrow morning. And we want to thank Francisca Wellington for this information. And those are the persons who work along with her at the Belize Meteorological Service. And just rapidly, guys, I'd like to just quickly go to the National Hurricane Center. Let's see what they have. There's a lot of cloud cover over the Yucatan Peninsula, and in particular over the northern area of Belize. But then there is a depression in the Atlantic that is depression number 4, and it says the National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Tropical Depression 4, located well to the east of the Lesser Antilles. It's not forecasted to come this way, so it's going to go or northwest, really, and go way above Puerto Rico and go into either the United States or into the Atlantic Ocean, continue in and make that swerve. So, for the moment, we're good. Buenos días, compañeros. Son las 7:09. Un gusto saludarles. Hoy es viernes, 7 de julio. La situación general, pues se supone, está indicando eso, de que condiciones más estables y más secas van a empezar a sentirse aquí en Belice. Es más, no vamos a tener tanta lluvia. Ojalá. Para las siguientes 24 horas, periodos de nubosidad con chubascos generalmente aislados o tormentas aisladas, excepto en el sur, donde va a haber un poquito más de lo que nosotros estaremos viendo. Los vientos del este de 10 a 20 nudos, el estado del mar moderado. Les indico que todavía existe esta alerta para aquellas personas viviendo cerca de ríos o riachuelos o en áreas bajas que por lo general el agua se asienta en esas áreas. Por favor, mantenerse al tanto. Si es que ya la historia te comprueba de que esa área se inunda, y pues por lo general no se va a inundar el mismo día que cae la lluvia. Obviamente, si es que estás viviendo cerca de una sección por las colinas o algo ahí, pues el agua que cae en otros lugares generalmente corre y llega hasta esta sección. Y eso toma un ratito para llegar. Así que, por favor, mantente informado, mantente así, al ojo al Cristo, porque pueden haber estas inundaciones rápidas, donde tan de repente un momento estás seco y otro momento estás completamente inundado. Y presenta peligro, una amenaza a toda tu familia. Y obviamente una pérdida fuerte porque, pues, si es que no te preveniste, pues se te mojan todas tus cosas. Las temperaturas por la costa, 86 como una máxima, 81 como una mínima. En el interior, 91 y 74 como una baja. Y en las colinas, 75 como una máxima y 68 como una mínima. Les quiero decir, mañana, sábado y por la noche, se pronostica chubascos aislados o tormentas aisladas únicamente. Tendremos una marea alta a las 8:27 hoy por la mañana, una marea baja a las 3:47 hoy por la tarde, luego entonces otra segunda marea a las 10 de la noche y otra segunda marea baja a las 3 menos un minuto mañana temprano. El sol se oculta hoy, compañeros, a las 6:32, el sol sale mañana a las 5:24 y la luna sale hoy por la tarde a las 5:26 y se oculta a las 5 menos 3 minutos mañana temprano. Le damos las gracias a Francisca Wellington por esta información, compañeros, y a nuestros patrocinadores, a A&R's, Rapidito Loans. También vamos a dar las gracias al señor honorable Gaspar Vega, al señor German Vega, al señor Eduardo Vega del Benque, también a la Immaculada Credit Union, Belize Tourist Board, Government of Belize Information Service, Aqua Life, Gillette's Meat Shop. Muchas gracias a todas estas personas. Y hoy, bueno, si cumples años hoy, te deseamos todo lo mejor. Si estás celebrando un aniversario, que lo pases de maravilla con tu familia. Y hoy tenemos un invitado, el doctor Alemán. Ha estado aquí con nosotros 1 o 2 veces anteriormente. Y vamos a ir a una pausa, compañeros, cuando son las 7:13. Y luego de esta pausa estaremos de vuelta con ustedes Así que vamos rápidamente a esa pausa y nos vemos de vuelta.
The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopan Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Man, this 4G LTE really got me confused. Can you figure out how to buy my data?
Yeah, I know, right? And mine need to work as fast as I may expect it.
Man, listen guys, it's nothing complicated about Digicel 4G LTE. In fact, Digicel just made it easier to buy data. All you need to do is send a text message to 400. And in the body of the text, type the amount of data you'd like to buy. That's all. And you, focus your phone. You'd never get 4G LTE on this 2G bucket. You also need to have an APN. Why go down to a BTL office and get yourself a Digicel 4G LTE capable device. And until then, you will feel the rush.
Now who this bally by?
Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Hello friends, the only place you'll get value for your money is at Rapidito Loans. At Rapidito Loans, you can shop for jewelry by carat, stoner style. A genuine jewelry from us makes the perfect gift for that special someone or a treat for you. Come and check our widest assortments of quality and affordable gold jewelry. And for all those last-minute urgent needs and unexpected bills, you don't have to worry no more. Rapidito Loans is the only quick and reliable solution for all those emergency needs. We provide more and better loans for your gold jewelry. So remember friends, great discounts on all gold jewelry. So come in and visit us at Orange Walk Town, number 4 Belize Corozal Road. Rapidito Loans, your number 1 money lending and jewelry center.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos compañeros de vuelta a esta edición de Sugar City Morning Show. Son exactamente las 7:19. Buenos días, ¿cómo se encuentran? Un gran gusto saludarles. Mi privilegio, mi placer my pleasure to welcome Mr. Robert Checky Usher to this morning's show. Good morning, Checky. ¿Cómo estás?
I refuse to comment on that.
Why? Oh, you're exercising your constitution,
No,
right?
sir.
Oh, all right, okay. Morning, Checky.
No, sir. Good morning, How are you doing this morning, my brother?
I'm doing quite well, actually.
That's good to know.
I never want to get out of bed this morning again.
So why you get out then?
Because, well, responsibility calls. Este clima aquí te da nada más para quedarte en tu cama con una sabanita ligera y ver televisión. Cartoons preferiblemente, como chamaco.
So you behave. Emmanuel, a couple of things that we would like to report on this morning is something of national importance, and we need to bring this out to the general public because we know the September celebrations is coming. And some
what is coming, Checky?
September celebrations.
When that?
2
Good
months
Lord,
from now.
2 months from now.
Yeah.
And it's going to just fly out.
But there are activities that's been held prior to the September celebrations that climax into the September celebration. So we have 3 items here that we'd like to share.
National Song Competition.
This one, the National Celebration Commission is pleased to announce the winner of the team for the upcoming September celebration.
Me forget about that.
You forget about that, not you? There was they had a lot of entries. Emmanuel had over 250 entries. And it was narrowed down to 58. It was narrowed down to 58. But at the end, the person who won this was Miss Janine Sosa, were selected as the winner of this year's theme. Let me see. And this year team goes like this, Emmanuel. It said Belize confronting challenges, celebrating triumphs, renewing our resolve.
Renewing our resolve. In other words, kick up the sand 2 times and say, aha, adia.
Yeah.
Adia feste.
How you say that team?
Well, it sounds good.
For the time, our time right now. It's okay.
Well, I guess that the people, the committee who are selecting one must have taken ample time to study that. Its meaning, the appropriateness of the times that we're living in. It says, can you repeat it again?
Belize confronting challenges.
Yes, we are confronting challenges.
Celebrating triumphs.
We are celebrating some triumphs.
Renewing our resolve.
Renewing our resolve, our determination to go ahead and to never mind how then try stick we down or make we stay down, whatever, we still want to go ahead.
So I'd like to congratulate Miss Janine Sosa. I'm not sure where she's from. It wasn't stated here, but Emmanuel, 250 entries.
It's a lot.
A lot.
What was the prize for that?
I think it was like $1,000.
Wow. Okay, that's good. Very good.
Yeah. Also, you already heard about the song competition, right? The national song competition.
I've heard from you in previous years. Yes, I've heard that.
The national song competition previously were held in Belize City, Now this year, they have decided to take it out of Belize City.
Oh, thank God. Yes.
Yeah, they have decided to take it out of Belize City, and the town where this will be going to, it will be held on Saturday, August 12th, and it will be held in the nation beautiful culture capital of Dandriga.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to
When is it going to be held?
12th of August.
12th of August.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and you know they have categories for Belize song, a Belize song competition. This Belize song, right? That's a category. Belize song, that's one of the category. And Belize song, which should be an original song reflecting a strong Belizean identity, flavor, and rhythm, should aspire a sense of national pride and unity. It should evoke a blessing of celebrate the history, traditions, and diversity of Belize's culture. Then they have the Carnival Song Competition, which would be an original song, which will be used for the celebration purposes during the September celebration and throughout the year. It is open to all Belizean, both juniors and seniors, groups of persons or individual may enter, but will be treated as one entity. So if me and you put in a song, it be as one, it not be like two person, but both of us can go and perform the song, but it will be as one entity. Yeah, either be me or you. You know how we share the money. Yeah, and for the winners will receive cash prizes as follows. Here, what will be the first prize for the seniors, Emmanuel? First prize is $10,000. $10,000 and a trophy, including a music video.
I'm going to turn this on you and tell you, why don't you compete in this regard?
You sound good, Nuju.
Yes.
You sound very good. And second prize is like $3,000 a trophy. In the junior category, because they got the junior category as well, under age. I'm not sure up to what age, but the first prize is $4,500 for the juniors and a trophy. This will include a music video as well. That's for the junior, and second prize is going to be $1,000. They also have, for the People's Choice, for the most popular song, the Breakout Artist of the Year. Breakout Artist, like if you just to come out. Mm-hmm. And also the People's Choice, I think about how the people applaud, and they have a Facebook page that you go and vote on as well. And una cosita más, Emmanuel, yeah, pertaining to the September celebration. We all know that the opening of the National September celebrations used to be held, they used to do it in Belize City. Then they moved it to St. George's Key. That's where they officially opened the September celebration. Now this year, the National Celebration Commission toured different municipalities, and they had a lot to pick for the hosting of the official launch for this year's national celebration. Mayors of or representatives from Corozal, Orange Walk, San Pedro, Belmopan, and Dandriga were present and excited to be part of this. And the place where
I even stood up for this. Okay.
This year, the opening of the September celebration will be held on Sunday, the 3rd day of September, and the lucky winner of the draw for this is Orange Walk Town.
Okay, I figured that. Okay, good.
Orange Walk Town. So.
I never know that, I just figured that it was.
It's good news, though.
It's good news.
Yeah.
So, launching of the September celebration, what does that entail?
That is when they have the official ceremonies.
The official ceremonies of what?
Official ceremonies of the activities for the September celebration, where they will launch the team. Mm-hmm. The person who does the team will be there. They have some little cultural presentation. The chairperson of the National Celebration Commission will address the general public. Mm-hmm. They talk about some patriotism. So that's the launching. It's not like a carnival. It's an
official function.
Right, official function.
Official function.
And that will be
no jump up.
No jump up. But you see, we want to invite the Orange Walk people to come out then. Mm-hmm. Because this has been selected for Orange Walk. Mm-hmm. You know, and we tend to, when the things are happening.
La gente va a escuchar decir, "Babe baile." Entonces no voy a ir.
Babe comida.
Babe comida. No voy a ir. Solo la gente va a estar hablando, está boring.
Yeah. But it's time for us.
Ya casi lo veo, lo siento, ya casi lo anticipo.
It's time for us to start to attend these official
Perdón,
functions.
No es que soy pesimista ni nada, simplemente soy... pero yo quisiera que cambiemos de actitud al respecto, porque son eventos así que le dan carácter a toda la celebración. Son eventos así cuando logramos ampliar nuestro conocimiento, cuando logramos ampliar las razones por qué estamos celebrando esto, y en septiembre, y obviamente ayuda en muchos otros aspectos, en nuestro fervor patriótico, y tenemos que aprender aunque muchas veces decimos que tanto amamos nuestro país, nos falta demostrarlo. Hasta cierto punto yo creo que tenemos que aprender a ser patriotas, ante todo. Patriotas, pero ¿cómo ser patriotas si ni siquiera te mantienes informado e educado acerca de qué es lo que está sucediendo?
Yeah, Emmanuel, I'd like you to take a note of this theme, because I know a lot of people on the call you and ask you without you realize. So it's you can probably have a copy of it from right here and write it down, because
Belize.
Confronting challenges.
Hold on.
Celebrating triumphs. Renewing our resolve.
Renewing.
That's it. That's the theme for this year's September celebration. And if anybody want to remember the date of the launching, the opening is going to be on Sunday, the 3rd of September, right here in Orange Walk, and all are invited to come out and support and show your patriotism. You don't have to come out in no kind of celebration thing, you know.
And if people are wondering what the word resolve means there, it means our firm determination to do something. Like I mentioned a while ago, yes, you're confronted with problems. Yes, at the same time, you are being encouraged by certain things. And then all of a sudden you have to find out Aguen or an Aguen.
Yeah.
And then you say, tell her what, Aguen. But you have to make sure that when you make that decision, and it's a good decision. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Belize is poised to go ahead. As a country, we can't go back way.
Yeah.
So you're renewing your resolve to go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I remember the date for the opening is on the 3rd of September. You don't really say what time here, but it's on the 3rd of September, and that's the launch of the National September Celebration for 2017.
Launch, okay.
Yeah, and the song competition this year will be held in the culture capital of Dandriga. So these are important.
Okay, September celebrations.
Yeah.
September 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here in Orange Walk.
Here in Orange Walk. Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, thank you very much for that, Chicky.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Just quickly, and we are waiting for our guest to come in. And perhaps our guest has arrived. I don't know. I'd like to get some sort of
indication.
Nudge or indication if he has. But in the meantime, we would like to discuss very shortly that very perturbing situation. Very, I don't know what other word I can use, that indicates my emotion at the moment, my current emotion, in terms of the 13-year-old who was found dead in San Pedro in her room. Now, there are reports that say that the parents said that the child was mentally ill. they should know. They are the adopted parents. Some people in San Pedro say,
That also.
that no son. She was good, but then you go like, if the parents would, it would indicate that parents are lying about the whole situation. And it's worrisome because if they are the ones who adopted this child, it is presumed and assumed that they have feelings for this child. In other words, that they love this child. They have seen this child grow. They might not be the
Biological.
blood parents, but they are the adopted parents of this child. And they claimed that she was mentally ill and that she would bang herself on the wall, her head on the wall, and blah, 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 for X amount of reasons. And you go like, why would she do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of mystery surrounding this death. And I imagine that all the talk shows are featuring pretty much on this case.
Did the
because there's
police-
still a lot of mystery. Currently, the parents are being held in custody.
Did the police officer in his interview said something about sexual abuse?
Actually, let me just quickly tell you what the report said yesterday. It's the case of 13-year-old Faylin Cannon. And she died as a result of extreme physical and sexual abuse.
Sexual abuse? Physical and sexual abuse. Tough.
What do you think of that? Extreme physical and sexual abuse.
13 years
Can
old.
it be that the adopted father has sexually abused her? Can it be that perhaps they were prostituting her? Can it be, or what can it be? You know? I am baffled. I'm caught up between the love that they're supposed to have for this child, confused between that and all the stories about sexual and physical abuse of the very child that you raise. You understand me? So the parents, they called the police to the condominium unit on Northern San Pedro Northern Ambergrisky on Monday morning, saying that the teenager was unresponsive. Okay? Her mother, Anke, told police that Faye woke up at 7 o'clock, asked for water, and went back to bed.
7 a.m. or 7?
15 minutes later, 7 in the morning, 15 minutes later, her father, David Dome, found the child unresponsive. In 15 minutes' time, she found the child unresponsive. They called the police and the doctor confirmed that she was dead in 15 minutes, and they claimed that nothing happened. She just asked for water, go back and sleep. So how in the world do you explain the physical and sexual abuse evidence that the doctor found?
Yeah, that not sound to correct.
Okay? Can it be that all of that was done
Prior.
Thank you. Prior? Okay? And that she died as a result of all of these things? Okay? Can it be that she was a victim, that she was actually strangled by somebody? Can it be? All of these things are, because I don't know, but a 13-year-old can't strangle himself. Can they?
No, and they can't
I
sexually
believe-
sexually abuse themselves either.
Exactly. So, her body was seen with multiple bruises to the arms and legs. In other words, all bruised up, arms and legs. She had a swelling on the right side of her head and a cut wound on top of the swollen area. And her parents said that she was mentally ill and that she would hit herself against the wall during her attacks, and that,
But what the police need to look at, and all of us need to look at, if there was previous report about that reaction that they talk about. Right?
Maybe a doctor would have, if she was mentally challenged, maybe she was under treatment, if perhaps they want to get some sort of report or doctor's evidence that she was, and that perhaps she was under treatment or something, but...
You have to look by policy too.
If
you have a policy.
They claim that the teenager had been inside her room for 3 weeks, refusing to step outside or eat anything. Why did they keep her inside of her room and said, oh, and she don't want to eat anything, so make her stay there?
13
What
years.
parent would do that? What parent would keep their child, oh, you don't want to eat anything for 3 weeks? I say, left hand there. Would you do that? Be real. Would you do that? Would you say, tell her what, Julie, hang on to your foot or hang on to your head. I make you drag and carry in the hospital because this child need
attention.
Need attention.
Yeah.
And the doctor put in the, what you call it, and give a drip, or what you call it, because why? That is prompted by the love that you have for your child.
Right.
Because that 13-year-old don't have the capacity to think for himself.
Yep.
You, as a parent, have that.
And you're talking about 3 weeks.
And you're talking about 3 weeks. That she not come out of her room and you not eat.
But
which parent would do that?
Let's look at it as
keep the child in their room and not give them, and not that not give them, but if you don't want to eat, left-handed.
But you see, like part of the report come out, it talk about sexual, it talk about abuse. Maybe this girl don't mean to get mentally.
Because of the physical
Right,
and sexual
you understand?
abuse. So in other words, I'm reading you. I'm reading
You know, you don't really want to see them people. You don't want to come out.
As a consequence of the physical and sexual abuse, then obviously she became very depressed.
Yes.
And I didn't want to see them, but and was in such a terrible state emotionally that she decides, tell you what, I'm better off someplace else.
Yeah. You know what? I don't want to see these people. I don't want to see them people. I need to stay away from them. But how responsible would you be, like you said, to have a child 3 weeks in a room, nothing to eat, nothing to drink, and just coming out? But then ladies say, hey, wake up 7 o'clock, my man, I get some water. So what's the difference between 3 weeks with no attention and sudden want a glass of water?
Okay. Secondly, so that's the only part of the thing. When they did the post-mortem examination, they found out that despite what the parents said, that she was mentally ill and she would bang her head on the wall and blah, 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 they found out that the child had been physical and sexual abused, like I said, and found that she died of chest compression, which means somebody went above her and basically pressed down on her chest so hard that it broke 3 of her ribs.
What? That's a real force.
Okay.
That sounds like more than one person's work.
And it punctured her heart.
So, I wonder if we have...
is going to break 3 ribs and puncture her heart. Has to be that somebody did that for her. And in my very humble opinion, I do believe that the parents are not saying the truth.
Yeah.
And I believe that they are to be held until further notice.
And if we bring in some
Because
international
if they
forensic,
were not in the ones responsible, somebody is responsible.
Emmanuel, if they bring in some international forensic, this case will be solved.
Well, you know what?
It will be solved if they bring
it. It will be solved. It will be solved.
But I don't know about for we system where we got that believes, because me and you right though, who got enough we mind, we're more or less gone on, but we can't just say it just like that. You know, but so if we could hear that we don't have the kind of expertise as the forensic whether the US, if they come, they find out they're gone down.
You know,
They use all avenues.
You know, but those things are very expensive.
I know, but remember this is a US, this is
This is a story that defies comprehension. Shocked the San Pedro community. Faye was born in China, taken in by adoptive parents who came to Belize from Hawaii in 2012. So they've been living in Belize for the past 5 years. Yeah. All right? Her mother owns and manages a boutique in San Pedro called Ruby Moon, where Faye could often be seen along with her 3 sisters. So they had.
So only she.
Tonight, these sisters are in the care of the Department of Human Services and the U.S. Embassy via telephone. So we have here a situation that where the U.S. Embassy has become involved. We don't know if the 3 sisters are blood sisters. I do believe that they are. She must have been. They must have been adopted all by the parents. Can be. I don't know. It does not say.
Well, I need to check
at all. But where were these kids or her sisters when all of this happened? Can they talk?
Yeah,
Can they help in revealing and finding the bigger truth?
Well, if the U.S. Embassy is behind it, Emmanuel, those people are very diplomatic.
Yeah, well,
and
they will, as well, because they're U.S. citizens and the crime, the supposed crime happened here in Belize, so they need to find out about these things here.
And then
they need to do them here in Belize.
The other 3 kids need medical attention as well, to see if they were physically abused or sexually abused as well. You understand?
I'm just going to quickly read because the interview, so we get a clearer picture, ladies and gentlemen, because that one, it's a case that it defies comprehension. So it says
that interview is by who?
Jules Vasquez and Superintendent Henry Germot, who is the officer in charge of San Pedro. He says, we have clear facts that a 13-year-old lost her life. This is the superintendent's report. The post-mortem report is out there, and the police investigating this matter very carefully. Jules, her parents, are they still in custody? When were they detained? Do they remain detained at this time? Superintendent, they were detained this morning and they are in custody pending investigation. I don't want to draw a timeline on the arrest of anyone. Jules, are you seeking advice on what charges could or may be brought? Superintendent, the doctors and officials have stated that it is a homicide. Very clearly, she was killed. Okay? Jules, had they sought medical attention for the child? Had the child been to any of the clinics out in San Pedro? Thank you very much. It's pretty much the same thing. Has it been? Jules, this is superintendent. Jules, there is nothing to suggest that. And the child was ill over to suggest that that child was ill over time. There is no medical record to say that she was so. So this only serves to contradict what the parents had said, that she was mentally ill. Jules, we have seen the police report. The conclusion is that there was a physical and sexual abuse, that the child had been malnourished or dehydrated, because I know the parents, and that she had been in her room for 2 weeks not taking in any nourishment. Superintendent, physical meaning she was abused in the form of sexual. That is the physical type that they're talking about. So we are investigating that angle to try to find out what is speculated occurred. Jules, in the report, it is also stated that she would physically hit herself against the wall during her attack. Superintendent, maybe that is what they are saying. Well, maybe that is what they're saying. Of course, that's what they said. Our job is to ascertain if that occurred, when it occurred, and what did it do in relation to that. Okay. Jules, they have 4 girls, I am told. Are you looking into the situation of well-being of the other girls? Superintendent, yes, I must explain to you that we are dealing with this case very professionally. I could say that the Human Development Officer has already come into effect, in contact with them, I imagine, along with the U.S. Consul, and so these are the persons who will be in charge of the kids. Jules, was she indeed mentally ill as they have claimed? Because those who have seen her say she seems like a normal child. Superintendent, what we are doing right now is doing an investigation into every aspect of the. Stop being so. Why name me superintendent? Everything you cover. Like if you don't give exact details. Why was sorry about that? But, why would you like? Is for the general public, if they have any information to add to our case, for them to come forward to the station, call in 911, blah 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 blah. Our parents remained detained tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We will be following this case very closely because, hey, I'm sure it's going to hit the international news.
If it hasn't already.
If it hasn't already. And it may be the beginning or the just the tip of the iceberg of an even larger story.
I don't want to hit the international waves, Emmanuel. You say Belize. It happened in Belize.
But I guess that the police have to be very careful how they do that because they're being watched as to how they deal with this situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And obviously, the element of comparison is going to happen. And the people in the U.S. or wherever it is are going to be saying, be comparing, and we will many times fall into criticism. I'm just hoping that, well, it's not because she's an they're Americans. It's not because, but because she's a 13-year-old kid who is being supposedly, allegedly, being, who died in the hands of, not in the hands, I'm trying not to give pointed it, but is alleged to have been killed by someone very close to her.
And it has to be that someone that was inside that resident.
Very close to her. Was it her parents? Was it somebody who her parents brought into the room?
But it has to be someone that was inside the house.
Has to be. Okay. Can it be that the child was normal but just was being used as a sexual toy by the parents? Can it be that the child became very depressed over the length of time and said, "I can't take this anymore"? Can it be that perhaps she had a small little tinge of mental illness and the parents used it? Can it be? You know what I mean?
Yep. All right, Emmanuel, we need to go on a break. And we also want to remind parents to try to talk to your kids to not to keep in the silence. And even you see, this is the way some parents, they talk to their children differently. Their mother talk to them, hey, if your father do something, you make I know. And the parent might talk to them, if your mom, but it looked like this was something that was involved both persons, no? We're here. He said, Mr. Martinez, I want to ask Miss Rita to please go and clean the cemetery by Blackwater. To chop it, he said, just please, he said, Mr. Kokom and Mr. Ronald used to keep it up, but right now, well, Ronald is not a counselor again. He used to keep it clean. I don't know if Mr. Kokom, I don't know if that Morris is referred to, no? But on that note, Emmanuel, we want to take a break and to see if our guest is here. And if not, then I'm going to be joining you again so we can continue with some more discussions right here.
Yes, so we'll take a break, guys, but we'll be right back with you. Let's take that break.
Buster.
They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Freshly extracted local honey, perfect for today's dessert. And these locally produced onions, they are just the right size for my popular onion rings and hamburgers. And these cuts of sheep lamb, also grown locally, are just perfect for my succulent barbecue. When I think about my family's health, I buy local products first. After all, they are fresh and healthier. And if you do the same, you're shaping a brighter future for your community, your family, and yourself, as local spending circles back to you. Remember, when you buy local products, you are building a better Belize.
This message is proudly sponsored by the Food and Agriculture Organization, European Union, Ministry of Agriculture, and Belize Marketing and Development Corporation.
This house got Wi-Fi or what? Buy you to worry about Wi-Fi, we come for party! You only live once. You've got to live in the moment and make the most of each time, because once it's gone forever. That's why I love my Digicel 4G LTE mobile data.
Hey, you know the Wi-Fi password?
I am always connected. I can share my memories with everyone. They always know what's happening.
You know who hosts this? You got a Wi-Fi?
Not have to be like Bale here and they try thief Wi-Fi. With Digicel 4G LTE, you can share whatever you want, whenever you want. You never have to wait for Wi-Fi.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
What? Finally I get Wi-Fi.
Party done that.
The Philip Colton Highway between Belize City and the Philip Colton International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Greetings, esteemed members, owners of La Immaculada Credit Union Limited. It gives us great pleasure to announce that LICU will be holding its consolidated 67th and 68th Annual General Meeting on Saturday, July 22nd, 2017 at the Muffles High School Auditorium located on San Andres Street in Orange Walk Town. We cordially invite all members owners of Liku to join us as we share our financials, developments, and endeavors, including the declaration of dividends for both the fiscal years 2015-2016 and 2016-2017. As always, your presence and active participation at this very important first ever consolidated session is of essence, for your valuable input and awareness are necessary as we continue moving forward to safeguard your interests and hard-earned investments for the sustainable growth of our credit union. We strongly encourage you to be on time to have the opportunity to win exciting punctuality and attendance prizes. Kindly bring along your passbooks. Snacks and refreshments will be served at the end of the business sessions. Once again, copies of the minutes of our 66th AGM are being made available at both our Orange Walk and Belmopan offices in order to allow you the time to review before the meeting. We thank you for your kind patience in allowing us the time to finalize our processes for this highly anticipated meeting. Looking forward to seeing you there. La Immaculada Credit Union Limited, your road to financial prosperity.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Our apologies, our guest has not arrived, and we're still going to be waiting for him. But obviously, we have sent him a message asking him. We have not received a reply, so we're just going to be doing another segment. In case he comes in, he will be ushered in immediately, and we will go ahead with what we believe is a very interesting chat, and in particular given the circumstance that, you know, with this child yesterday.
Yeah, somebody texted, the same person that texted about the cemetery, say, and about the child of 13 years. I believe the parents are responsible. Why would they keep a child for 3 weeks without eat and not see a doctor? Come on.
Exactly, that's my point. ¿Qué pariente haría eso? Y decir simplemente, pues que quede en su habitación si quiere comer o no. Eso lo dices para un día. Que se le pase el enojo para que aprenda su lección. Pero luego de una semana, ya empiezas o 4 días, ya empiezas a decir, ¿sabes qué? Muchacho, ven a comer, te vas a enfermar.
Algo no es normal.
Algo. Pero una semana, 2 semanas, 3 semanas, no. Eso hay chanchullo aquí.
En ese caso son 3 semanas. En este caso son 3 semanas.
3 semanas. Ahora, ¿qué pariente haría eso? ¿Qué pariente permitiría eso? ¿Ya me entiendes? Ahí está el problema, compañeros. Justamente ahí. ¿Qué hacemos con este caso? Esperar que vengan estos investigadores. Yo no sé, ojalá y tengamos gente preparada, equipada para poder tratar este asunto. Ojalá y que al final del día, pues, como digo, no es porque es un americano o que sean extranjeros, simplemente porque fácilmente pudiera ser uno de nuestros propios hijos. Y segundamente, pues también porque sucedió aquí en territorio beliceño. Y fácilmente este tipo de cuento sale al mundo.
Spread out.
¿Y qué sucede? Es que viene con pedacitos añadido a ello y ya sabe cómo va la cosa.
Yo creo que lo de Black Eye Belize.
Exactamente. Así que conste que, o es posible que quizás en este caso, este descubrimiento lo lleve a otro descubrimiento aún más grande. Quizás una red, no lo sé.
Pero esa cosa es entre unos americanos que podemos escuchar ahorita. That the parents
Sí, pero
son...
¿cuántos papás, pongámoslo aquí, cuántos papás no abusan sus propios hijos aquí en Belice?
Yeah.
¿Cuántos parientes, ¿cuántos por decir adopted parents, parientes adoptivos, no abusan a sus hijos y a sus hijas? No es mi sangre, así que voy a tratar de hacer esto. Me da ganas. ¿Cuántos no lo hacen?
And it's not right.
¿Ah?
It's
La
happening
neta,
right now
¿cuántos
as we
no lo
speak.
hacen? Y está sucediendo aquí. Así que es un hábil recordatorio a nuestras propias debilidades. Que en este caso pues sucedió con los gringos y con una muchachita
13
aquí,
años.
de 13 años. Pero ¿será que esto no está sucediendo también aquí en Belice con nuestra propia gente? Ponte a pensar. ¿Ya me entiendes? Pero, compañeros, como dije, vamos a continuar
En
escuchando
caso people
este-
where I say, man, es mi esposo, no lo quiero llamar a la policía porque si va al cárcel, ¿qué vamos a comer? No vamos a tener nadie para mantener la
Muchas
casa.
gracias por este comentario. Ya me
¿Entiendes?
arrancaste. Ya me arrancaste.
Y no quiero que los vecinos me están viendo como mi esposo está malo, pero ¿entiendes? The holy in the silent, I say, I now do this because if my husband go to jail, where will I eat? How will I manage? But if that is happening in your area, you should not be tolerating that. ¿Entiendes, Emmanuel? It happened, you know.
Me da pena. Mejor no lo digo. Mejor lo trato así, poquito a poquito. Y amén. Porque si yo lo correteo, ¿qué voy a comer yo y qué van a comer mis hijos? ¿Quién me va a mantener?
¿Quién va a pagar la renta?
¿Quién va a pagar la renta, el agua, la corriente? ¿Quién va a hacer eso? Así que tengo que aguantarlo.
But you no tienes que hacer eso.
Mamma mía, situaciones bastante difíciles, ¿verdad? Súper difíciles. Así que, pues yo pienso de que ese tipo de abuso está sucediendo aquí en Belice. Yo pienso que esto es simplemente un recordatorio, un ejemplo de lo que y este caso es uno que ya llegó a la superficie, pero ¿cuántos más casos no están sucediendo que no sabemos absolutamente nada de ello? ¿Cuántos más niños no han sido abusados? ¿Cuántas niñas no han sido abusadas? ¿Ok? Y siguen todavía calladitos, aguantando su dolor en un rincón. Y muchas veces, aunque los papás, la mamá lo sepa, muchas veces por miedo, o muchas veces ni siquiera creen a la niña. No, estás loca, tú estás fabricando este cuento, tu papá jamás te haría eso. ¿No es así?
That's right, correcto.
¿Ok? Pero, yo sé de casos cuando esto ha sucedido, cuando la mamá rehúsa creer a la niña y en vez de creerla le mete 2 lapos y 2 jaladas de pelo ahí y le dice, estás loca, ¿cómo vas a acusar a tu papá de hacer esto? ¿Ok? Ese hombre nos mantiene, ese hombre hace todo, ¿cómo tú vas a decir esto? ¿Ya ves? Y se apacigua el hombre un rato y luego el cuento continúa. Ya la víctima entonces deja de quejarse porque dice, pues no me creen. Pero, entonces, ¿qué hace la niña eventualmente?
You continue punish.
Sí, aguanta.
¿Tú le quieres hacer
Hasta
no?
que finalmente no aguanta más y se pela de la casa.
Or maybe sometimes kill
O
herself.
se mata o se suicida. Sí.
Yeah.
Eso es lo que sucede. Quisiera anunciarles de que si quisieran compartir con este tema, llamarnos al 302-2170 o mandarnos text al 657-69 5769 600-5769. A ver si quizás te podemos tener su participación. alguna pregunta, algún comentario de su parte, porque aquí estamos hablando de abuso físico, abuso sexual hacia nuestros propios hijos.
And it's not right.
No,
it's not right. Sugar City Morning Show, hello, good morning.
Good morning, check your morning, Mr. Martinez.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, you can't know that we're not I don't know. But, man, I will tell you the truth. I also agree with Minister Castro and Boots Martinez. You know what I mean? There were certain people name was not called in the audit report. And they bring their people up. I know their people I want deal by fair, just like Boots and Castro Pele. Their people that lady name never mentioned in there. And if they don't believe what the lady they said, why they don't believe what Castro they say? I do believe that lady then pay up to make you say that, oh yes, this I pay Boots so much, I pay Castro so much. I do believe that they pay that lady make you go and say they never because you can look right and say that really look like a Wali hustler, man. Bye.
I like that. I like that. You know something? You know something? I have a feeling pretty much like you, personally. And I mentioned it a couple days ago.
You feel like the box pass then?
Huh?
You feel like the box pass?
It's very possible.
I see you got Boots picture there just now too.
Yeah, it's very possible. As a matter of fact, I'm through it, but it's not. Normally I don't give my personal opinion here, but hey, it's very possible that could have happened.
Yeah, because this lady she revealed that she was in real need of financial assistance. Mm-hmm. Right?
Very, very true. So then again,
now Mr. Boots will say right there. That I see here is a different thing.
No, this is about the same thing.
Okay.
Yesterday we were talking about the fire exchanges in the Senate hearings, and it was the first time that UDP ministers Boots Martinez and Edmund Castro testified. And we spent time yesterday going through all the testimony, and we even had a big laugh when it comes to that. You know, when Castro says, well, stop us meeting, you know?
Yeah. Now stop asking
sharp
foolishness.
Cutting remarks at the Senate as well. Mr. Boots Martinez doesn't think he was rude at all. In fact, he says he might have gotten a bit too riled up, but it's not anything out of norm when it comes to him. So I guess it's all relative to who he is then. You see, yesterday he explained and he said, in my humble opinion, I refer to what was before me in commission, I refer to what was in the Senate report, I refer to what was the terms of reference of the committee. I need not to respond to anything outside of the committee. Said it quite plainly. Courtney, you start talking about Miss Burgess wasn't a part of it. That's why you were agitated when they asked you about her. Not because this is Boots, not because I was talking about Miss Burgess. If you want to get to the bottom of the thing, and that's why I maintain, in my humble opinion, that there is no way that Burgess should have been called before anybody officially named in the report. Well, we have had some discussion about why was Miss Burgess called in if she was not in the report? Was she not in the report? As far as I know, she was not in the report. Am I right?
Yep.
In the Auditor General's report. So why was she called in? So can it be revealing of some hidden orchestration going on? Something going on?
Was Mr. Milton in the auditor's report?
I don't know if he was. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But and we're just calling this into question because if at one time we heard the government say that the view of the Senate Select Committee was to discuss what was written in the Auditor General report, then to consider what was in the Auditor General report, then anything else would be viewed out of limit. But there are certain things that become part of the discussion of the Auditor General's report, and we have to view things in context.
Because of the testimonies that were given before.
Exactly. So, how I would believe that Ms. Alvarine Burgess played, if that's what she said, a pivotal role in that regard.
Right,
You
because
understand me?
because you know, like if you got a quote and they have a charge sheet by you, but somebody else got some other information. Hello, good morning. Yeah, just please lower the volume for your TV for us, bro.
Hello.
All right. Yes, morning. Go ahead.
Everybody that goes in front of the Senate committee, no recall nothing, starting with the minister. That means everybody was crazy when they do that. Because everybody that goes in front say, I no recall, I no recall, I no recall. And the minister no recall neither. That means everybody was crazy that was in that office. That is my position.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. You know, but like rightly mentioned, Emmanuel, that some of these persons that were interviewed earlier, they call some person's name and they give testimony of exactly how the activity happened. So on that, I believe on that note, they decided to call in these persons.
Can there be some sort of hidden work being done under the table by some political entity trying to maneuver the outcome of these Senate hearings?
I don't know at what point Ms. Burgess' name was called, show that she was summoned to go to the Senate hearing, to the inquiry.
I'm sorry?
I do not know at what point prior.
So you would want you don't know what were the circumstances
That got her there.
Got her there. Okay. Would you say that her presentation is within context of the Auditor General's report? In other words, it's all to be considered together.
Well, the thing is that you have to hear that from the persons that will go before so that they could bring in this witness for talk. But I never hear that nobody will go in there and say Miss Burgess. Maybe it happened and I never hear it. So that they could have called she in. Because she never there in the auditor's report. So I believe the only way they could have called she there, that if somebody that may give testimony before her brought up her name. Remember one time she may call the chair Aldo Salazar said, well, he don't know why he asked this lady because he don't know that who invited her. You remember that, right?
So, question, how come she was invited?
That's the big question.
How does it
then how come she was
over
invited?
the president's head to know, hey, we don't know why she did it.
Yeah,
so can I, like I said, can it be that somebody they play only cards under the table and say,
Make her bring her in.
make it tear down Edmund Cashaw, make it tear down Anthony Boots Martinez, make it get only $2,000 because he done guy armed, he hand the stick out.
So
Can it be?
Yeah. So if nobody, no other witness were gonna testify before her, never call her name, so that she was on the follow-up. All right. Since you call this person name and this person has done so much, I could call in this person. So if that may happen, then what she gonna report there would be relevant. But then we don't know if that may happen. We never hear it, because if the chairman say he never know about it, he no gonna know document set of the question he may ask she, then who invited her? And then if he may go without that, then whatever she say is irrelevant. You understand?
Exactly. So guys, these are questions that we have to keep asking to ourselves. Is it indicative of some sort of orchestration going on, some sort of little behind the scene move by somebody who is trying to manipulate the whole Senate hearings so that it goes a certain way, and certain people are suddenly involved and incriminated, and blah blah blah. You know, even they realize that you can't go to court for this, but you can if the police would so like. But at the end, but you, nonetheless, man, if they call out your name and talk about you on national television, you go through a lot.
Yeah, and then the
of
thing is,
embarrassment.
why we are mentioning this, because the two ministers that testified 2 days ago, they say they don't answer no question towards her testimony. We know the lean, you know. We know they say what she said, that not so or that so. We know they said that. What we are saying is, why was she called there to testify? If the chairman never know as he state, then worse me you can't know.
So what do you believe happened there?
I don't know, must be some kind of something fall on the carpet. But then, if you are the chair and that happened, I'm not sure if you're in a position to reject, because you're the chair. Or they go by hands, the eyes have it, and we go through. You understand?
Something going on there.
Something going on there.
Something going on there,
But-
and I don't know what.
But we are not saying what she said, that not so or that so. We know they say that. So I don't want people feel like, oh, no, they lean pan boots, or no lean pan Castro.
But you must have a gut feeling. I already said mine. What you think is yours? What is yours? I already said mine. I'll be straight up.
You straight up, or you so?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Straight
straight
up.
up, man.
I think that she's being used.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. I don't got much credit, right? There's a good freedom.
Go ahead.
But this case about Miss Borges, right? The Auditor General actually submitted disclosure to the ministers, right? And if her name is not mentioned in the document, then they have nothing to answer. You see that Ms. Borges is the Senate committee. Her presence before the committee is tantamount to perjury against the ministers mentioned, right? And those attorneys from the PUP, they're supposed to know better, right? They should not have entertained Alvarez Burgess in the first place, right? And the ministers are right not to answer anything that is not in the disclosure, that is the auditor's report. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the special select Senate hearings are based on the auditor's report, right?
Mm-hmm. You see, the swing of things right now is that, you know, who let a thing come out against Booth, who let a thing come out against Castro. Thank you for this lady who delivered, who did a wonderful job in saying that. But we have found, ladies and gentlemen, there have been, not we, but collectively, yes, we have found that there is evidence that she's not saying all the truth. That certain things that she said were false. You know what I mean? So like the caller said a while ago, oh, you only believe 75% of what she said. But which part do you believe? Which part do you believe is a lie? Is it very convenient that you believe only the part that you agree with, and then the rest you don't, you say, oh, that's a lie? Can it be, when it comes to the truth, it has to be believed 100%. You understand me?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So confidence that comes, confidence on a person will tell you, yes, I believe everything that person is saying. It's when you don't have that confidence on that person that you go like, that doesn't sound correct. And I think that is the case with Ms. Burgess. And there has been something thrown into her that says, he not said the truth, all the truth. You know what I mean? Can it be that she's being used as a pawn by the political party and said, you go there and you bash the man. You go there and you defame the man. Can it be that it's possible?
I want to finish your consume.
And it happens from even before. But as a as you don't worry, you will get handled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but
can it be, ladies and gentlemen? Can it be that happened? It's very possible, you know, and even probable that it happened. Okay?
Yeah. So that based on that, that was why the two ministers, Boots and Castro, reacted the way they reacted that day.
Exactly, because they realized they realized obviously that if that is the case, that all of these things that are being said against are lies.
Like Yeri so.
That Yeri so. You know what I mean?
Lion story.
And that's the reason why they get upset.
Because
you know what I mean?
You see, Claire de Lancaster, he gone with the pages out of the auditor's report that where his name was mentioned. So he was prepared to deal with that.
Is this the same Alvarine Burgess who went to Castro to court?
Yeah.
It's the same lady?
Yeah, same lady. Yeah. So that's why they've been asking about court and this and that, if he lose the case and if he may have to pay money. And
she was... okay, she's used.
Yeah, you understand? So...
I'm getting this, now I'm getting the bigger picture of it.
You get it? Mm-hmm. So, Castro care for him paper there in pertinence of what is in the auditor's report. So this is what he's prepared for. I prepare for this, but when I go, you to ask me something else. Why not prepare for? So how am I deal with that? I come for deal with this. Because when they call me for this hearing as a witness or to testify, they call me and I'm going base on the auditor's report. So you go prepare for deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go prepare for deal with that, then you deal with something else.
Yes. It's a really funny situation. And
well, no one of the person that was interviewing Mr. Castro is a standard bearer of a constituents in the Cayo district as well for the People's United Party, right?
Shabat.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Well, I think that Boots even mentioned that. Was it Boots or Castro mentioned that? He says, he said that as a matter of fact, he said, let me just quickly point out to you that I don't recall where it is, but I heard that distinctly on the news yesterday, saying, you know, that it was Boots mentioning, you know, he was being asked, he was asking certain questions that were out of line as well and being rude, and you know that he is one of the candidates of the opposition party in the Cayo subdivision.
Cayo
North. So clearly there was a tinge of politics involved in that relationship there, you know, in that line of questioning, and just to try to bring on down. So they felt that they were being like assaulted by this man.
For any party.
And we're talking about this thing because, hey, the media is only hitting on Boots and Castro, and I think that it's only fair that we consider the other way around.
Yeah, because anybody, Emmanuel, whether in our opposition and they were standard bearer, will take that opportunity for get as much out of it as you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that what that senator did, try to get the much.
Boots says arrogance have a meaning. I just like how I maintain recommendations have a meaning. Whatever is people's views, and like I say, I have no difficulty. That is me. That is my style. I believe in being factual. Maybe I kind of like a little emotional, even on interviews and so forth. But for me, I find myself was well in order. I find some of the questions they were asking me out of order, and I said it. They talk about being rude and disrespectful. I think the committee needs to look within themselves and see the manner in terms of talk about minister behavior. And so you ever listen to how they speak to the witnesses? It's me asking the questions, not you. In your view, are they the ones who are rude? It's a two-way street. I think that if you take a close look on the Senate inquiry, you will see many instances where people from that committee, in my view, were being abusive or disrespectful to the people who appeared before the committee. So the tables are turning and says, I answered away because I'm done frustrated. I believe that they were the ones who were being rude to me, so I just tear in arm.
And I know that who the question me.
And I figure in my mind that he asked me this because he try hit upon me, and I know that he or she is being tell me about protocol and about standing order and this and the other because she wants to shut me down, and I figure that Tara want this, and I go like, you know, and try that with me, because finally I am the minister.
But they never get their way. Right?
Yes. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Funny situation, you know. Funny situation.
But we outside.
But I guess that at the end of the day, it's your composure says a lot. You know, if you are very calm and just answer the questions and so forth, and no sir, yes sir, no sir, maybe sir, you know. Yeah, you go through with it and you say bye-bye. But our ego many times gets in the way and we go like, wonder where he asked me this. I want to tear in right now. You know what I mean?
Where he come from?
Where he come from? He must be crazy. You know? Yeah. And this is the kind of thing that goes on in people's minds at this moment. They are trying to see always the ulterior motive behind the line of questioning. The ulterior motive being that, you know, they ask you this question because I want to know the answer to the question. It's because they want to see how you will respond to the question. Ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the things, you know. So they throw these things at you and say, how you get jittery, how you get first pink and then you get red, and then after that you can start to get blue.
Fishes are caught by their mouth.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
and then when you hit back at them, they go like, you're not supposed to ask me the questions. The media ask the questions.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. Minister, wait. Shut up, make I ask the question. You listen to me.
Exactly.
You didn't have seat.
Exactly. So things to consider, guys. Things to consider. But we'll take a break. And we'll be right back with you after these messages. Vamos a ver si llegó el invitado. Vamos a ver.
Tienes 8 cilindros. Eres adrenalina disfrazada de aleación de aluminio a 8,000 revoluciones por minuto.
Así como así. ¿Será el cigüeñal?
Una limpieza de inyectores y un cambio de aceite. Vas a correr con libertad, campeón.
Los que entendemos al motor como si tuviera voz, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Ahora distribuido por German Vega & Sons. Búsquelo en su tienda favorita.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopan Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Man, this 4G LTE really got me confused. Can you figure out how to buy my data?
Yeah, I know, right? And mine need to work as fast as I may expect it.
Man, listen guys, it's nothing complicated about Digicel 4G LTE. In fact, Digicel just made it easier to buy data. All you need to do is send a text message to 400. And in the body of the text, type the amount of data you like to buy. That's all. And you, focus your phone. You'd never get 4G LTE from this 2G bucket. You also need to have an APN. My go down to a BTL office and get yourself a Digicel 4G LTE capable device. And until then, you will feel the rush. Now who is Balia by?
Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just about right away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Buster. They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Is it raining outside or is it?
No, I just look outside. It's bleaky.
It's bleaky here in Orange Walk. I guess, well, Well, our apologies. Our guest did not make it today. So, and this is the kind of situation that we have to deal with. You know what I mean? I did not expect this, but it's something. There's sometimes when we have to expect the unexpected, really. But it's and so we always need Plan B, a contingency plan, just in case. Just in case.
Yeah.
We're back, and we have approximately 22 minutes left before 9 o'clock. And we have been talking about, in the meantime, obviously, and now for sure, about other topics, and in particular about the way the ministers and even the senators were acting. Was it in a sense of decorum? Is there some sort of political plot behind the whole Senate inquiry? You know, is the involvement of Ms. Alvarine Burgess something that was orchestrated? Can it be that even the content of her discourse, can it be that it's all false and assumed to be true just for the sake of some political convenience? Can it be political mileage, really? Can it be, ladies and gentlemen? Have we considered it?
Yeah. You wouldn't know what happened until you don't know what happened behind the scene until you see it come out in the public like that, because I believe some people try to get a little mileage out of it, man.
You believe so? That's your gut feeling?
Yeah, and the next one's just to try to defend themselves and make them look good. Because, like one spell, like, I never say boots, but what I'm going to say, the Castro one, like, man, like the man get mad. He said, stop asking me foolishness, man. Make we stick to the report. But I think it was the co-chair, Elena Smith, said that then people could ask you whatever they want to ask you. As long as...
Well, you don't have to answer, but they could ask you.
Yeah, they could ask you, but that don't mean you have to answer.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I said, you see more than one time they remind them that they're, what, on the oath?
On the oath?
Yeah. So tighten up. Go straight.
Well, I guess that after the Senate Select Committee hearing gives its report, we will come to a new determination about the whole process. Was it beneficial? Did we get anything positive out of it? At the end of the day, like I said, all of these things are considerations that we will have to put on the table and say, would we do it again?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yep. That's true that. And he also, like, if some people in an attempt to do it, you make the thing more than twice. So you know what? No way. I don't mess with this. I must stay out of this. Not come to me, ask me nothing.
And above all, yes, and not only about the reaction of the ministers and the senators, but also about the conduct of those people within the system, that they now will be fearful because they say, if eventually there's another Auditor General's report or a scandal, I will have to go in front of all them people and they will tear me, you know, on national television. So I better not do it. So it's like a deterrent.
But why somebody would work in our office like that, the immigration department, when they decide to do things that is out of context?
Because of money.
Huh?
Because of money.
So like what Abba said, and money changes everything.
Exactly. It's because of money.
But then people...
I'm not accusing anyone in particular, but I mean, hell, this happens all around the world.
Yeah, then people supposed to have a good salary and I believe and a nice job they got.
But nobody always has enough. I always want more. Never mind if you have $1 million, you're always looking forward to getting another million.
So when you got a job like that, where your dignity then?
Well, that is the important thing. You know, what are you willing to do to attain that other $1 million?
Yeah, this when you talk about immigration, you talk about passports and visas, that is something sacred to your country, you know.
They don't view it as that. They view it as very simply an opportunity to make more money.
Opportunity to hustle.
Yes. And as long as you have people who are willing to pay, there are people who are willing to receive.
Yeah. You know, if people, just imagine a place like the US, there are a lot of people want to go to the US. You know, if people are find out in this world, if you could buy legitimate US passports and US visas, you think, you know how much people may have to buy them there? You understand?
Yes.
But then, you see what they do since they can't buy them there? They turn to Belize and other small countries. I try to get you the Belize passport for make them get to a gateway for travel for reach up yonder.
Right, right. I was just changing the topic a little bit, and I think that we must end the show on a good, positive note.
Yep. It's always good to end on a positive note.
A record amount of sugar was produced at the Tower Hill factory over this last Safra. There was a total of 144,086 metric tons, 11,000 more than last year.
What?
And 2,000 more than the previous record set in 2015. Okay? So, I guess all the cane has been ground and all the sugar has been produced, because if the season finished last week Friday, am I right?
Yeah, it closed last week
And this
Friday.
report is from this week. So, like I said, all the sugar has been produced, which means they accomplished this despite grinding almost 23,000 fewer tons of cane than last year. So, this talks about the good quality of cane that was delivered. The TCTS, which means tons per cane, well, tons per TST, tons of sugar produced in terms relative to tons of cane being ground.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Talk again. Look, man, check in, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, sir.
I think after this inquiry done about this passport and passport, I think we should have an inquiry into this super bond money, that big amount of money we're missing to the country, I believe, because I think the country could do good without the money. I think we should have a proper investigation and jail the one where gone with this money, because they're gone with the money and the money is not accounted for. I think the Belizean people need that balance of super bond money because they have to pay for it, and every happen and we're super band, jail all of them. Every one of them were involved and jail all of them. That's about my opinion about this.
Okay, sir. Yeah, so the cane thing gone good.
Yes,
Gone good.
yes, and I think that we must commend our cane farmers.
Yep.
We must bear in mind that this is a particularly difficult time when our preferential treatment is
no more.
Well, I wouldn't want to say no more, but what happens is that they have opened the market to beet, and they have taken away the limitations or the barriers that were not permitting beet production in Europe. So now it happens that now we will be competing against beet.
Beat the remolacha, no?
Remolacha, yes, and so forth. So the preferential treatment we had is there no more, as is to say that only sugar from the Belize or only sugar from the Caribbean will be bought. We don't have that kind of preferential treatment anymore. So now we will have to, despite the fact that we did very well with sugar production, it might easily be that we don't get as much money as we did other years when a similar amount of sugar was produced.
So what that put to it that we
It
are
puts
have to
us-
sell it cheaper, or we are just sell less?
No, we have to sell it a little bit cheaper, but I think that at the end of the day, what BSI needs to do is to try to find a new and different markets to sell its sugar, where the price of sugar is still good.
Yeah.
Not because it is, a British company. Traditionally, we've sold. No, I take that back. Not because traditionally we've sold to Britain or to Europe. That means that we must forever sell. It might be that we can sell to Saudi Arabia, we can sell to Japan, or we can sell to other countries. I don't know. Maybe all of these things are
maybe they are in place already.
Are in place, right? Maybe they already have preferential treatment from other countries. I don't know. Or maybe these things take a while before they discuss them. You have these bilateral agreements with countries, and so forth and so forth and so forth. But above all, I think that one of the things that after we have gotten this, the price, and the price for this year may not be all that bad. It may be bad. I don't know. But again, guys, we always go back to one thing that is so important. We cannot rely only on one thing all our lives. We have to diversify. And the more we diversify, then the less vulnerable we are to the price reductions for that sole item that we are producing.
Yeah. Did we hear that Mr. Barry from the Agriculture Department was saying here that they were looking into some other production that the farmers can do when crop is off? I think he was talking about livestock and.
Oh, but the Agriculture Department has been, yes, we're going to have to focus more on that, because what happens is that the Agriculture Department here in Orange Walk is redefining itself. In other words, they are trying to put it back to the way it was many, many years ago, when the Agriculture Department was the Agriculture Department. You know that it fell into at least a spot there where barely anything was happening. But now, thanks to the initiative from the Honorable Gaspar Vega, when he was Minister of Agriculture, he decided to put back some money and effort in the Yeo Creek Agriculture Department, and revitalize the Agriculture Department here in Orange Walk. I spoke with Barry about 2 weeks ago, and with Peter, and with also with Javier a couple of weeks ago. I visited with them in Yeo Creek, and they said that they're getting in sheep, they're getting in cattle, they're getting in different programs. As a matter of fact, I think that I will be inviting one of the people from Agriculture Department as soon as next week to come in and to chat with us and tell us about all the new developments at the Agriculture Department in Yeo Creek. They have a lot to offer to the public, ladies and gentlemen. And as a matter of fact, I was with somebody who who needed to develop a protein bank. And the Agriculture Department was very generous and said, Cynthia, carry it. Take as much, because we want you to be developing the protein bank. We want to be of assistance to you. We would like for you to count with our support. Any questions? Very, very helpful. Very helpful, ladies and gentlemen. And it will be, I think, sometime next week when we have one of these people come in and talk to us about what is going on at the Agriculture Department.
Talking about Agriculture Department, I want you to relay this in Spanish as well after I finish reading this one, Emmanuel. This is a message from Mr. Carl from the Ministry of Works. Would like to inform the public in general that Ministry of Works are doing some urgent repairs to the San Esteban ferry. As a result, the ferry will not be passable until tomorrow morning. They are kindly asking for drivers to avoid traveling through the ferry until tomorrow, and then repairs will continue on Monday.
Which ferry is this? The one?
San Esteban ferry. You know they have one by the Lions Den in San Esteban? That one is
Takes you where? To...
Then if you want to go like to Caledonia, through that area there, and people use it for their farms and...
Okay, so that ferry is not going to be functional?
It's not possible. They are doing...
urgent repair work.
Urgent repair work on the San Esteban ferry. As a result, the ferry will not be possible until tomorrow morning. Kindly ask drivers to avoid traveling through the ferry until tomorrow. Then repairs will continue on Monday.
Okay, so it's going to be repaired today, open tomorrow, but
I think it's
there's
open
gonna be
temporary
open
tomorrow.
Only for the weekend and then back again repairs on Monday.
Yeah.
Ok, compañeros, nada más una nota de uno de los directores personales,
Cal.
señor Cal, del Ministerio de Obras, Ministry of Works, diciendo de que, avisando a la gente de que podría estar o considerando el uso del ferry, no del puente de Orange Walk yendo a San Esteban, del ferry que está por el Lions Den en San Esteban, que te lleva a una calle ahí que nunca lo he tomado yo, pero imagino que te lleva a secciones ahí por Caledonia o no sé a dónde. Ese ferry no estará funcionando el día de hoy. Repito, no estará funcionando el día de hoy porque está bajo reparación. Estarán reparándolo el día de hoy. Mañana sí lo pondrán de uso de nuevo. Estará abierto para el fin de semana. Y luego el lunes también va a estar de reparación. Así que simplemente estará abierto mañana y domingo para el uso. Ya luego hoy y el lunes estará cerrado. El ferry no se podrá usar porque se necesita hacer reparación urgente al ferry, así que se le pide a las personas, no consideren usar el ferry. Y no se pongan a esperar ahí inventando madre todo el día porque el ferry no está funcionando. Planifiquen su día según esto, porque utilicen otras carreteras, tenemos que darle atención a este equipo, si es que se está pudriendo por decir o algo por el estilo y necesita reparación, pues hay que repararlo. Eso va sin decir, sin mencionar.
All right, pues muchas gracias, Emmanuel. It has been a very interesting week, my brother. You know, and this is where we will be closing the week for.
I would just like to quickly mention that, just a quick reminder for what it's worth. You know, I'll be having a show on Sunday mornings in the month of July on Universal Radio. It's July 9th, July 16th, 23rd, and 30th. Tune in to Universal Radio every Sunday at 10 to 12, 2 hours. Talking about the recent history of Orange Walk. We're not going to be going into all the Mayans because we learned. When's the name Orange Walk? ¿Quién vivió aquí? ¿Quiénes eran los que fundaron este pueblo? ¿Qué hacían? ¿Ok? ¿Quiénes fueron? ¿Cómo vinieron? ¿Ok? ¿Quiénes fueron sus primeros líderes? Eventualmente, ¿ok? ¿Cómo es que lograron tener tanto terror en esta bendita gente? ¿Qué hacían? ¿Por qué se tuvieron que proteger contra los indios? ¿Por qué los indios los estaban acechando? ¿Por qué? 1000 preguntas. Obviamente vamos a estar escuchando la perspectiva de muchas personas. Lo que se quiere lograr con toda esta información es saber más acerca del pueblo de Orange Walk, cómo se fundó. Vamos a tener puntos de vista diferentes. No quiere decir de que tenemos que ganar la pelea uno o el otro. Simplemente tienes un punto de vista diferente. Pero a lograr conocer más acerca de nuestra historia y a poder definir una identidad para que caracteriza el pueblo de Orange Walk. Así que les invito cada domingo de 10 al mediodía on Universal Radio.
Thank you very much, Bach. So I would like to ask you to please repeat the theme for this year's September celebration.
Oh,
so that
good
people can
Lord.
remember.
You know, then I picked it right now. Belize, confronting challenges, celebrating triumphs, renewing our resolve.
All right, so on that
That
note,
is the theme for September celebrations for this year. As quick as that.
Yeah.
Is it? That's why you ask me for writing it down.
Yeah, no, because it's good that people will hear it again, right?
You want to hear it again? Belize, confronting challenges, celebrating triumphs, renewing our resolve. Dali, renewing our resolve is the one that gives you the kick in.
Yeah.
Because we know we confront challenge. We know we celebrate some triumphs. Our renewing our resolve is like, hey, you know, our resolve, our determination, our firm determination to go forward despite the challenges.
Well, on that note, folks, we'd like to thank you all who tune in to this show for the entire week and every time. Remember, this show is on all day on YouTube as well. You can just go to your device and look at the show. It repeats on the same channel tonight at 9 o'clock. We'd like to wish you the best. We got a novella coming up, Univision novella. People want a Univision today. So we'll be bringing it on for you right here. This is your channel that always serves you in your living room, in your home, wherever you are. We bring it to you with the Sugar City Morning Show and other great programs. Remember, we have the 10 to 12 program coming up right here today. And we'd like to thank Raheem and Morris for all the technical report. Thanks to everyone who tuned in and to all the technicians at the different cable operators throughout the country that help us to bring this to you so you can view us. So if the good Lord so will, folks, we will be back on Monday morning right here, and I believe this show will repeat tomorrow from 10 until 12 on the same channel. So my name is Robert Cheque Usher.
My name is Emmanuel. Cuídense mucho. Have a fantastic weekend, guys.
Thank you so much.
Se cuidan todos.
Sugar City Morning Show.